We are back, guys. Just set up and ready to go for the next run. We have Cuphead, all bosses, no major glitches, current patch by becksyboy123. Becksyboy, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Yeah.
Good. How's the practice been going?
I've actually been practicing a different category lately. I remember I submitted to do this run a while back when I was really into no major glitches. I think I was about I don't even think I was in the top 10 then, and now I've risen up to 7th and gone on to one of the more major categories. But it'll come back to us. It's nothing. It's one of the easier categories.
Oh, awesome! Just gonna say, love the Christmas tree in the back.
Thanks. I've had it in. I've had it in a lot of my streams. I'm like, let's just put it up. Let's keep it up for Thunderthon.
Right, I will hand it over to you then. And yeah, good luck on the run.
Yeah. Do I have time to just explain the run beforehand?
Yeah.
Give some context. Yep. So basically, no major glitches is run on the current patch of the game. There are 3 patches: Legacy, which has the normal weapon swap glitch that most people know Cuphead for. Then there's a 1.1, which has a few glitches, and then 1.2 has a few glitches as well, but a little bit less than 1.1, and we don't use the glitches in 1.2 anyways. That's normally where the no major glitches category lies. So, yeah, I don't really have much to say. I did want to ask, did we have a incentive for if I played as Cuphead or Mugman?
Yep, I'll just check that now. I think when I last checked, it looked like it's still on Mugman, so Mugman has won the incentive.
My friends had said we're going to make you play as Mugman because I hate Mugman. Nothing different about him, I just hate his character design, I don't know why.
Oh, excellent. Always good to know.
Yeah, but my friends did that to us, how dare they? Anyways, if that's everything, I'll get the run started. There we go, Mugman. So run starts in 3, 2, 1, and go. So this first part, I've just got to talk to Elder Kettle. Doesn't take too long. It just says, there you go, there's your first gun, the pea shooter, and we get off. Some people only go to the shop and get 1 weapon, so you can just talk to the apple and do the tutorial inside to get 4 coins, but we are going for 2 weapons, the lobber and the spread. So we want 8 coins so we can buy both. So we just got to complete this one and get all the coins, which I'll be doing here. This is the only run and gun in the game that I'll be doing, as this is all bosses and I don't have to do any of the other running guns, and thank God for that, because running guns are the bane of my existence in this game. And then just a little damage boost here, so I don't have to deal with being hit by them things. I take the damage on purpose. And there we go, first level done. 40 seconds, and there we go. Now, there's a few little tricks in the menuing that I'll talk about later, but we don't normally get any in the first unless we get a thing called star skip, which I will explain later. First, another trick here. You press the buy button and the exit button at the same time, so you can buy a weapon and leave at the same time, and on your way out you get the other weapon. Saves about a few seconds, but yeah.
Hi, I'm so sorry for interrupting, Bexy. Is there any way we can pause the game and turn the audio of the game up slightly?
Yeah, that's fine.
Thank you so much.
Just move it in game. Just 1 or 2 notches?
That should be do 2 notches.
Alright, yeah, we'll just put it there.
It can never go smoothly. There's always going to be something.
Yeah, apologies, guys.
Don't know why I accidentally dashed into the onion, but this was one of the easier levels, so my finger must have just slipped over the dash button. It's really close to the EX button, which is these little, like, super weapons I'm kind of shooting out the purple balls. And there we go, knockout. The route pack's pretty bog standard. You can put a few tricks in there, like damage boosting, which I forgot to do, but probably for the best. It was I was only on 1 life, and I accidentally dashed into the onion. But it saves about a second, so just a little trick, and you'll see a lot of damage boosting later. Oh, now I'm going to show off a really good trick. I hope I can get it. So I'm going to stop on the 7th punch here. This is only a new trick that's just been allowed into the category, called Super Skip. At first it wasn't allowed. It was considered too big of a glitch, but... ah, man. But I didn't get it. Never mind. I think it was due to some of my positioning. But we'll try and go for the... oh, no, we're not going to be able to get that either, because of lovely RNG. There are 3 things you can get on RNG here, which is bulls, tigers, and snakes. Which all do different moves, but we got bulls again, so you don't get to see that. Whatever. We didn't get any of the 1 cycles, but deathless nonetheless. With a 108. On the last phase to get a 1 cycle, that was a 2 cycle there with the slot machine. The tactic on NMG is to have 5 EXs, so a full deck of cards in the bottom left, and just spam off those purple lobber EXs into the machine, and then do 1 spread EX damage boost, which I don't even think I've done a spread yet, or a damage boost, but you'll see a lot of them in this boss as long as I don't lose 2 lives. Just a huge spam at the end. The gravestone's supposed to move left to right, but we do so much DPS that it comes down and Goopy doesn't even have the chance to move about. This gravestone just pops down on the ground and straight dead, ripped open. Not a chance. So, we're almost done with aisle 1. We've gotten through the run and gun we had to do to get the 2 weapons. And now we're going on to Hilda and Cagney. Hildaberg and Cagney Carnation. And I did a little trick in the tutorial that you have to do for the bridge to spawn there. Normally you're supposed to fly to the bottom to exit the screen from the tutorial. I did this at the at Elder Kettle at the start as well. You just pause and press exit. It's not a hard trick. It's just like something when you first speedrun you'd think, oh yeah, that does save a few seconds. Why don't I ever think of that? Anyway, here are some damage boosts on the plane, which are very interesting because each of them ticks does an amount of damage, the amount of times it bites. So, oh, I flew right into the thing. I have not done that for a while. Anyway, here we go. Going again.
I do have a quick minute just to shout out the next run and an incentive.
Oh yeah, sure.
Awesome. Right, guys, just wanted to shout out the next run being done by Keys, which is Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD in about 35 minutes, 40 minutes. Just to let you guys know, there is an incentive that will make VIPs have to do the Ultra Heaven 5 level with only 5 jumps. Currently doesn't have any incentives towards it, and we have a target of £55. So if anybody wants to see that level done in only 5 jumps, please consider donations towards the cause.
Anyways, here we go on to final phase, where we have the only clipping trick in the entire game. We can try and clip into... Oh, I've got the bomb. Of course, just my luck. But you can clip into these spaceships to do more damage if I can get one. I didn't. But if you angle up that EX just right, it will get stuck on the spaceship and just do a bit more damage onto Hilda there. The 110, very nice. Them spaceships have a certain way of working as well. The bronze ones that you saw there, you want to bait out, because if you try and fly straight through them, they're going to fire before you get the chance to do so. So you want to bait it out and then fly back a little bit and then go through it. But with the red one, you just want to fly straight through it. It will fire after you've gone through it, unless you stay under the spaceship for some reason. Anyway, Cagney has 3 pieces of RNG mainly. Hopefully we won't get the seed RNG. It's very hard to go against. But we have the one when he stretches his face out. Community has such a weird name for that. An extendy boy. That cannot be the official name, but every time I've heard someone say when the Cagney's face stretches out on the bottom of the top, they go, oh, he's done an extendy boy. And I'm like, that can't be an official name, but that's what we call it anyways. I have to say, out of all the bosses though, Hilda has to be the most annoying, because you ideally want to do 2 damage boosts, and well, that's the reason why that's been the only death so far. The most annoying boss for Isle 1, but it's a good strat to get really fast. Doing both them damage boosts could probably save up to 10 to 15 seconds. It saves a lot. Now we've got 5 possible things that can come out here, which are completely RNG based. We have the waffle that you've just seen, and we have the gumball machine right here. And next we will have possibly the candy corn, the gobstopper, or the... I can't think of the other one off the top of my head. The muffin, that's it. The muffin is probably the fastest one to get through, especially if you do a damage boost. And yeah, at the very end you just want to spam off them EXs again. And there we go, 47. Normally I don't get through that boss with 3 HP, I normally do a damage boost on... Well, if I do a damage boost on anything, it's normally the candy corn or the muffin / cupcake, which coincidentally are also the 2 that I did not get. You can damage boost the other ones, but it's only worth damage boosting the waffle if it comes after the first cycle, because, well, you can't damage boost, you haven't built up any EXs yet. Now, we're on to Wally. Wally in this first phase, you kind of just have to track. You just have to track him as best as possible. And then we'll do a nuke, which we have not shown off yet. Actually, no, I accidentally did one in Hilda, actually. But we do a nuke because his hitbox is actually very small. You may see him in his big birdhouse, but only his head is actually part of that hitbox right there. So the bomb does the best damage. Now we'll stay on the outside of those spike eggs. Stay away from Wally's son. And there we have one of the examples of a pause buffer glitch. that we have to do, well, not have to do, that we can do in the game to speed up the transition. It's very useful. Close one there. That one made me physically think I was about to die there. I got physically shot. And 106. But yeah, this game is very RNG based for if you want to get good times. There's a lot of explaining to do in the ton of different RNG patterns you can get, but I'll not explain them for Wally. Yeah, there's a lot and they're very specific things. Anyways, here we've got pretty simple RNG of just you either get the treasure chest, the swords, or the cats, and we got the treasure chest there, which is arguably the best one. It gives you the most parries, which when you parry, you get an EX, so you can fire off the most damage with them EXs, and the more you collect, the more damage you can do. There we go. Anyway, there is a lot of phases coming into this boss, but it's also a very simple one, Jimmy. It's the closest thing you'll get to an auto-scroller in this game. You could literally stay in one spot and just move up and down most of the game, and just be fine. Here we go, we just spam off the bomb EXs, but we give the tiniest amount of time for a bomb to come out, so we're not wasting any DPS. We're getting the most damage that we can. Coming out with a 127. Very nice time.
Nicely done. Also, want to say hello. I'm Freya. I'm taking over hosting for you.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you very well over the game. Could you possibly turn your mic up a little bit?
Yep, can do.
Good day for us. Well done. Now go.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a bit better.
Awesome. Yeah.
Anyways, here we have Beppy. And we'll just go on to... Right now it's quite basic. It gets a little bit more exciting coming into next phase, where real RNG comes in, which I'm happy to say we got the best RNG. Right side green horse. Now, this RNG is quite nice. Is quite easy to explain on why it's the best RNG, right side green horse. So the roller coaster comes in from the right side, so you most likely want to go for the right side to plan a lobber trap, where basically I shoot them purple lobber shots in the air and it builds up into somewhat of a trap where it intercepts the introduction of the hitbox of the horses. And with the roller coaster coming off the left side, you want to go onto the right side so you have a lesser chance of being hit by the hitbox and, well, the damaging hitbox on the roller coaster. And green horse is more important due to it being down longer, so you don't have to go through a 2 cycle. Green horse stays down longer than yellow horse, basically. I probably over-explained that, but yeah. That's the gist of it. Green horse stays longer than yellow horse. No 2 cycles. I think right now though, I would just like to explain... I haven't even explained the weapons and why we choose these weapons, but the reason we choose the Lobber and the Spread is because they are the two weapons with the most DPS. They both do the most damage. So obviously we want these two so we can do the most damage. And Spread and Lobber go quite well together as... I'm sorry, I'm just trying to finish that off. There we go. The Spread and the Lobber go quite well as the Spread is quite short range. So when you're close to something, you can do a lot of damage with that. But obviously, when there's something in the way, or you might want to do some safe strats, the Lobber will help out. But we try to use the Spread as much as possible, as the Spread has does more damage than the Lobber slightly, but with the amount of bullets that you're shooting and for how long you're shooting in a level, that little percentage in how much damage they both do, it really adds up over a 30 to 40 minute speed run. As there are 19 bosses altogether, so you can imagine all that adds up. Anyway, going on to some more RNG that we're going to get here. We can either get balls, triangles, or head. And if we get the balls, it will go into triangles next. And if we got in triangles, it would go into head and then head into balls. It's all on a kind of circular way of how it works. But I'm going to go for a hard strat here. Probably shouldn't. It didn't work. Trying to see if I could get a... Well, try and skip this phase. Pretty close, didn't have to do that much damage, but close isn't. Still isn't. Well, the cycle. It still isn't skipping that last phase, basically. But 53 nonetheless. Very good time. Anyways, coming on to Dr. Carl. Dr. Carl has a very bizarre way of... well, the way the hitboxes are matched up. Normally the hitbox is just one big boss, but at the start here you've got 3 different hitboxes. The chest, the head, and the stomach. And they do have a lot of references to... Well... Oh man, sorry, just concentrating here. Get a bomb off there. I was supposed to do a damage boost like how I did on Hildaberg, but I accidentally did too much damage. Got too many EXs to get the full 5 card, which gets you a bomb. Anyway, as I was explaining, you have them 3 parts, and what I was doing at the part with using the bomb, the machine gun right here actually does more damage. However, the bomb has spread damage. So, in the sense that if we line it up right in between the chest and the stomach, it does damage to both. So we get through that first phase a lot quicker by doing that, instead of aiming with just the machine gun on them individually. But that is Dr. Carl done. And with only 1 death so far, let's see if we can keep it that way. Anyway, right here we have... Sally's just gonna go about here, try and well, hit into us. And she did that dive bomb before as well. Right now we're going to set up a lobber trap, a sideways lobber trap. And here we go. And right now, idealistically, I wanted to I wanted to get more EXs off there, but didn't. The umbrella that she has come down actually does more damage. It does double damage than a normal EX does, as it interacts in a weird way with the umbrella, where I don't know specifically how it works, but it just does double damage, like when you aim down and do an EX in some of the earlier patches, which is known as just simply a double damage lobber EX. But the lobber EX basically has some weird bounce mechanics, even in the EX, which causes it to do more damage when angled up in certain ways and when hit against certain surfaces. Like in Verna Vermin, you can not do just double damage, but quadruple damage because of that brown board underneath the tin there. It has some weird properties, but that's in 1.1, so we won't be able to do that. And that little trick with the lobber is called a lobber flick, so instead of dashing back and going into a different weapon, we just keep constant damage on Verna. And then, just like we did on Baroness von Bonbon, the sweet boss, we just go up there and we just spam off them spread EXs. As I said before, the spread EXs are a lot better to do than the lobber EXs, as they do a lot more damage. Just no glitches, no nothing, just in general spread EXs do a lot more damage just in their normal form, without doing any little tricks that do double damage. But obviously that's more earlier patches where you'll see that happening. There are specific spots that are like almost pixel perfect, but you know, sometimes you don't want to do that in case it hinders just the normal easier strats. Oh, okay. After this shark, we should be going on to next phase. He kind of had a hiccup in how he was chewing, which meant we'd done enough damage to go on to next phase. And here it is. We're just gonna spam off some lobber EXs. Sorry, I was about to... thought I was about to die there. I had to concentrate just in that little bit at the end. But yeah, there we go. Finished Briny with a 4 cycle. Ideally, I would have liked a 3 cycle on the going from either the sharks coming out, the octopus, the gun, or the one that we didn't see, and thankfully not, because it is the one which causes the most of a problem. The dogs, the water dogs. They look like catfish, and I think that's the pun that the devs put in there. He has some catfish, but they look like dogs. Just do a bit of damage there. Again, the hitbox is very small on Kala, so if you did want to do any damage, you either want to do a nuke or just one of these, but you wouldn't want to do the minigun EX at all. And here we go. There's a little sound cue in there, so I know when she's going to shoot our racer. I do a damage boost so I don't get turned to stone. Now this is a really interesting glitch that's in here. Again, not a major glitch, because this is no major glitches. But that green ray that she shoots across the screen is supposed to turn you to stone, like Medusa. But there is a weird way that the hitbox works. The hitbox that detects Cuphead's hitbox, or in this case Mugman's, doesn't detect you if you get really close, as the hitbox for that ray leaves a little gap in between her face and where she's actually shooting the ray. So if you get up really close, the ray doesn't reach you and you don't turn to stone. You can just stay right in front of her face and just keep shooting. Anyway, Phantom Express now. I'd probably say hardest boss in this game, at least in this category. And we got a 2 cycle. You are able to get a 1 cycle on there, but it is very hard. Here we go. Now we're going to do a little damage boost. We're going to take it a bit risky, but I didn't even get to show off the trick. Basically, you're supposed to kill both of these. I don't even know what they are. I call them the electric lollipops, because they shoot out electricity and they look like lollipops. Nothing too difficult to understand about that. And I got jump locked. I'm gonna have to explain what that is for context. But I'll just get this hard part out of the way. There we go. Could have got the 1 cycle if I had played that better, but got it on a 2 cycle, and that is done.
Is this a good brief moment to bring up one of our incentives?
Yep, sure.
Awesome. So we have a couple of incentives coming up. Some of them are more in the future. We have a Ultra Heaven 5 with only 5 jumps and Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz coming up. That one's a bit a ways away, as well as the Pokemon Snap file name. So if you want to work on either of those, the Tiltify donations are up, as well as an awesome Scott Pilgrim incentive that we'll be talking about a little later on. So keep those in mind and keep kicking it.
Alright, nice. Anyways, just out of focus for that dice roll. I know that long pause was like, what? But you have to line up the kind of way, well, not line up the kind of way, but you have to parry at a certain time to get to roll a 3. Can't find my words, because we go for a certain route on here. It's not just random. We go for 3, 4 and 8, as this is one of the fastest ways to get through King Dice. There is the route of 3, 5, 7, but that takes some damage boosts, some very big risks and all that. I could do it because there are like 2 hearts there. Well, I mean, it's recommended you do it if there's 2 or 3 hearts. I am not traversed too much in the art of being able to do that very well. It's a very hard trick to do. I can do it, it's just it doesn't save. I can't save as much time on it as it's supposed to do. As ideally with the 3, 4, 8 route, you can get about a 2-minute time, but with 3, 5, 7, you can maybe save another 5, 7 seconds, something like that. And there we go. So now we go to 8, easiest mini boss out of all these. Now that I've said that, I'm just gonna get hit by something. I already know. I shouldn't have said that, but
This match will get red hot.
here we go.
It's on.
The only thing you've really got to make sure of here is you don't get hit by the ball, and know that the orange one will hit you if you're standing in the middle. The blue and the green, they'll go around you, but the orange will hit you in the middle. So you've just got to watch out for the orange, really. Here we go. Gonna do another lobber trap. As it always starts on 1 when you're rolling the dice, so you've kind of just got to leave a little second in between. Damage boost. Nice one there. And dead before the second cards come out. Maybe could have done another EX there, but whatever, he's dead. There we go. Now, we're coming into the last boss. The devil. I haven't talked much about the story of Cuphead, but in these final seconds I'll explain it. Cuphead and Mugman go to the casino, sell their souls, and they have to basically get the souls of the devil's debtors and bring them back to him. But when we have done that, we decide we don't want to give you the contracts. We want to... We've got to kill you. Teach you a lesson, which is what we're going to be doing here. Thankfully, we're getting very nice RNG. Again, this game can be very RNG based. And now we're going to do the second pause buffer of this game, which normally you get stuck in a freezing animation where Mugman will be looking scared. It's just an animation that the developers put in. And you're supposed to be frozen in place for a second there, but the pause allows you to shoot. And if you saw right there... Oh, sorry, I couldn't explain that there. But if you saw right there, I also did an EX, and that allows me to move about and not get stuck in that animation. And time, I should have said that before, but there we go, a 104. And I'd just like to say that was 1 second off a gold time for my devil, so I'm happy with that.
Nice.
And there we go, game. Will I go through the little credits of the story at the end?
Why don't you, while the credits are going, do you have any shout-outs for anyone in particular you want to give some love?
Oh, yeah, sure. I would like to say... Well, I wouldn't like to give love to this person, but in a jokey way. But thank you, Kaiju, for making me play as Mugman. I'm saying this sarcastically. I know it was you who paid for it. But in the name of charity, I will play as Mugman. Of course. I guess I'd also like to say thanks to Zunning, who helped me out with learning this game a lot. So I've been able to run this game. And do
you have a Discord or a...
I do have a Discord actually. I don't know how, I don't know what to really say about that. I can't really link it or anything.
Is there a place for people to learn the run? Is there like a community on speedruns.com?
Oh yeah, of course, yeah. If you go into speedruns.com and you go into the Cuphead section, there is a Cuphead Discord, and we're very active in there. We help out a lot. If you're a good player, a new player, or anything, we don't really have hierarchies or anything. Everyone in there is very nice, basically. With helping out and just having a chat, joking about and that as well. But yeah, definitely go to there if you want to learn the game. We welcome everyone, and it's a very good game to play and a very good game to speedrun, so I'd very much recommend it.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for this awesome run. We're gonna throw it over to a brief break as we get the next run set up. Up next is going to be Peas doing Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz. So it's going to be quite the run.